Hello everybody, how you doing? It's Damon yet again with another video, and I'm gonna try another format to basically I was gonna say video this video, but to record this video. See how it goes, and before anybody asks, yes, I do know, maybe a webcam will be very, beneficial for me, but until I get 100 subscribers, I don't see the point, because I want it to be, an investment. If that's an investment, that should be worth it. I don't feel like I'm buying a webcam and there'll be like 2-3 more subscriber tops. So I'll get more of those improvements when I get more subscribers. So that's for sure. For starters, for a second, I thought today rather than doing list. Oh, don't worry, there'll be a list, but not this video. This video, I felt like maybe we should do something new, and I call this video Anatomy of a Classic Movie Scene. I might just do this installment. I've seen other movies where they have a classic scenes that you can remember. You can just picture in your mind if you close your eyes, and movies that you will not remember anytime soon. As you all know, I'm a huge Batman fan, especially Batman on films. Like, I love Batman comic books, but let's be honest, everybody like James Gunn wants to adapt everything comics. Some of them comics suck. A lot of Batman's comics suck as well, and the stories there, I wouldn't adapt it in terms of a movie. And honestly, and that's my take, FYI. So please don't hate me for that, but let me know this. I don't like Batman stories when he has his Bat family. I think it's too ridiculous. And I hate Damian Wayne. He just seems like an entitled jackass. I hate his character. But James Gunn likes to James Gunn things, and he... By the way, I heard that James Gunn doesn't like Batman Begins, or probably doesn't like Dark Knight, and he hates Batman 89, and he loves The Flash. So it's like you only like his type of movies, and that's it. Whatever. But I'm a huge Batman fan, and I love the Dark Knight trilogy, but the best scene of the whole trilogy is not a fight scene. It just might be... well, there's a pit scene in Dark Knight Rises I like. But there's also the fight scene with Bane. But in terms of not really fights, the interrogation scene in Dark Knight, I remember this. Those are scenes you can remember. You remember also for Goodfellas. I mean, Goodfellas, basically, you remember basically the scene of, am I a clown? Do I amuse you? That scene that was pretty much improv by the great Joe Pesci. I mean, you remember Godfather, basically the opening scene of, I'm gonna make you an offer you can refuse. Basically, Vito Corleone doing his whole speech there. You remember that speech. You remember in your head. I mean, Al Pacino's not allergic to great movie scenes. How many great movie scenes the guy did that you remember to the age? You're out of order. This court's out of order. Like from Justice and Justice for All. Or you remember Scarface, say hello to my little friend. Or just when I thought it was out, they pulled me back in. How many great movie scenes, or Attica from Dog Day Afternoon. How many great movie scenes just Al Pacino has by himself? Which to me makes it a shame why he did so many crappy movies in the 2000s, bar Insomnia. I mean, you also remember I Am Your Father from Empire Strikes Back. You remember that moment. And talking about James Earl Jones, you remember basically when Scar kills Mufasa. There's a lot of great cinematic moments. It's like you can't see movies, the movie realm, without thinking about them. I'll Be Back, or basically, Hasta la Vista, Baby from Arnold. Rocky basically saying, Adrian, I did it. Those are movie scenes that sometimes can move you to tears, can move you basically with a smile, saying the hero really got it, and sometimes some smile because the bad guy got exactly what he got. For example, when Denethor burned himself basically without realizing that fireman was still alive in Return of the King, and then ran out the bridges and fell to his death, and the camera panned out like it was an insignificant speck of life. I remember in the theater, people clap, and he was more hated. Denethor was more hated than Gollum and Sauron. Because Denethor, I thought, even if it's not close to the books, they portrayed him as a parent who has a favorite and basically mistreats the kid that's not their favorite. So it resonated with the audience. So some things are better. Basically, some things do not resonate well. That basically was in a book that resonates well into live action, which is where I'm gonna say for James Gunn. Like the guy just wants to copy comic books, and yet people try to complain that he's not like Zack Snyder. Huh? Both are doing the same thing. Both are basically self-indulgent. But you know what? One of them you people crap on, despite the fact that Man of Steel and Superman 2025 pretty much had the same kind of movie success in terms of box office. It's just that Superman 2025 we didn't take into account the inflation yet. Yeah, I believe that James Gunn is just a matter of time that basically people just turn on him completely. Just like people did for Zack Snyder. And Zack Snyder can say what you want. I'm not a fan of most of his movies, especially recently. I really don't like Rebel Moon. I like Army of the Dead. I didn't like Sucker Punch. I mean, and I think Batman vs Superman has some good moments where it'll be a great movie. But I really like his Justice League. I love Man of Steel, but I especially love Watchmen. But I think he's taking too much crap from people. But even then, even when he was the head of DC, I thought it was not a good idea they would start to direct everything. Just like James Gunn has to put his stamp of approval on everything and try to make it his style. Because Supergirl, the trailer, I've seen it, and it seems too much as James Gunn humor is going to be all over his universe. And basically have to make sure he has his 80s playlist. Like, one thing I like about DCU, say what you want, is every movie for a while felt different. And now we're not going to even get that. Because we're all, DC or Marvel, all trying to basically, it's not about making a movie, it's about making an integrated universe. It's basically trying to sell you books or toys. And there's many movie scenes these days I don't think we're going to remember that much in a few years. But I mentioned Dark Knight Interrogation. I could say Batman 89, the introduction of Batman. The introduction scene. You'd think basically when it showed the Wayne murders. No. It made you think this, but it's like Batman just showed himself and took care of the bad guys. Though he never gave back the purse to the family, though it's looking back like, okay, probably did it off screen. I'm Your Father from Empire Strikes Back. Lord of the Rings. There's many scenes, but even the ending, people can say what they want. We needed the endings, the many endings, because you're not gonna see those characters ever again. For most cases, and it's like that was beautiful. You remember those? You remember You Shall Not Pass from Gandalf. I mean, you remember the opening scene of American Pie. There's many jokes, I mean, even this, but let's talk about and you remember, for example, a scene of a movie. You probably remember it well when Nicolas Cage character Cameron Poe said to John Malkovich, "Take your hands off the bunny." Of a teddy bear bunny. You remember that scene? Why mention a Nicolas Cage movie? Good question, because today's anatomy of a great movie scene stars Nicolas Cage. Stars him in a movie. Basically, it's a piece about a movie that he did. And I'm not going to reveal the title yet. I want you to guess it. But first off, I want to basically give him some respect. Let's give credit to credit's due to Nicolas Cage. I know he said Christian Cage. To Nicolas Cage. People make it for a long time in the late 2000, early 2012, made it sound to be a parody of an actor. He's not. He's an awesome actor. He just happened to take a lot of questionable script, questionable roles. But he's a damn good actor when he applies his craft. He was great in The Rock. Leaving Las Vegas, he won a Best Actor Oscar. And I can't say what you want. I think a lot of people can say what they want about the Oscars, and a lot of it is BS. But I always said, to me, the acting and directing ones, they're supposed to mean something. The Best Picture, Best Animated Picture, sometimes they'll just take their favorites. But actors, usually, or Best Actors, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Director, usually are the 5 categories that I still believe count in a way. And he happened to win for Best Actor for Leaving Las Vegas when he played an alcoholic writer, a screenwriter called Ben Sanderson, was let go because I think in the movie he had a flop, basically this, and you see his downward spiral in which he is sad epiphany he's going to drink himself to death. And he meets Elizabeth Shue, and while they basically have a kind of a relationship, he says, I'm not going to judge you, but don't try to stop me from drinking. And unfortunately, his character died of alcoholism in that movie. But he plays this. He could have played that movie in an unintentional comedy, and there's some moments are comedic, but he never plays it for comedy. He plays a genuine, authentic person who conveys a great pain and can't stop himself. He doesn't see the bright side. Maybe he'll try again. He just thinks to himself that it's over. He's not going to be hired by Hollywood again. And it's such a tragic fate. And Elizabeth Shue also plays a great role. And Elizabeth Shue is a person who never ages. Another underrated actress that people don't give enough credit to. But this is about Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage did this adaptation, which was pretty good. He did Matchstick Man. And the reason I want to basically give him some props is many people will use it as a joke, whatever, because there's a lot of movies that he did were bad and have ridiculous hair piece in those movies. But it's like still, how many movies Nicolas Cage has done so many movies, and he basically stood out for basically his family. I mean, I think he's the nephew, if I'm right. I think he's the nephew of Francis Ford Coppola. And it's still, he branched out on his own. He could have basically just been a nipple hire, and he's not. I mean, The Rock, he did Face Off, which he was able to convey he was able to be a great villain and a great hero in the same movie. I mean, he was a villain for the beginning and the end, and because they switched their faces off, he was a great hero in the middle. Yes, I know that the plot's ridiculous. I mean, how can you not recognize somebody who they just switched face but didn't switch body? Like, really? You couldn't differentiate between both? Really? But yeah, there's a lot of great movies. Like Kick-Ass, he was great in it. Movie Mandy was great in it. He was great in Willy Wonderland, in which a movie didn't speak one line of dialogue in, and it was good. It was good in Unbearable Talent of Being, I think. Unbearable Weight of Talent. Sorry, when he plays basically a loose version of himself, and I thought that was very good. Even in Renfield, it was fun as Dracula. I think sometimes when he needs to not be serious, he'll play a parody of himself, but it's like he knows how to turn on the talent. He knows how to turn on basically the good acting chops. And it's like that's why I'll give him props first, because the movie that I'm gonna review, or the scene I'm gonna review, is one of his more famous movies, but not exactly for a good kind. And in this scene, I'm going to tell you basically, I'm just going to review this scene. I'm going to review the acting degree that basically is. Okay. And I'm going to start, I'm going to put my headphones on. I'm going to show this, play the sound. So you just have to bear with me. I want you to guess which kind of movie it is. Okay? I'm going to play it, and now it is. Go. Okay. He just says, oh, not the bees, not the bees. Ah. Okay. They're all over my eyes. I mean, what a bold strategy, Cotton. I mean, talk about a bold strategy. Let's not show and tell, or let's not just tell and not show. No, let's not just show or tell. It's show and tell. We have to basically show they're putting no. They have to put in basically bees into his prisoner's mask. That put in basically bees in there. And it's like he has to say, not the bees, not the bees, they're all over my eyes, And, wait. Eliminating me will not give you back your honey? Who wrote that? Who wrote that? I don't care if it's in the original. I don't care. It just sounds stupid. Did anybody decide that the way was act was anything other than unintentional comedy? Then again, the same kind of movie when Nicolas Cage runs out in a bear suit for no reason. After doing a perfect, like a kung fu sparring session. That's a classic scene, if I haven't seen one. Man, I regret not having seen that movie in a movie theater. Really do. I mean, the whole movie is just unintentionally hilarious. And yeah, I'm talking about The Wicker Man, guys. I mean, not the bees, not the bees. Ah, they're all over my eyes. Ah, ah. I mean, that is basically show and tell. It's like the director said, you know what? We don't trust the audience to be able to convey this kind of, to understand what the pain you're conveying here, Nick. You have to basically say what's going on, guys. You have to say what you're going on, what's going through your body. They're all over my eyes. Like, nobody look at their scripts like, director, people can see it there on the screen. And just imagine, Nicholas, I know you're an Academy Award winner, but shut up. I'm telling you what to do. You have to say that line word per word. Who wrote this? Maybe Vince McMahon? The same director. No, it's Neil LaBute who directed The Shape of Things. Figures. That guy's a knack like I've this is a director hack like I haven't seen one like since J.J. Abrams. My God. Like, they're all over my eyes. It hurts. Eliminate me will not bring back your honey. What? I know the whole movie's stupid, but that doesn't give you a right to go off the rails. I don't know. I just see this as like I see like Nicolas Cage. It's like being told to do the show and tell. Show and tell is basically this. Not trusting the audience about how to interpret this. Also, making it seem to be like he's the only victim, he's the only real good guy. Like, not knowing that probably innocent villagers that were probably forced into this ritual. No, he's the only good guy. There was no way for him to get out. So, the whole movie was basically trying to tick off your audience, right? Again, interesting strategy. Let's tick off the audience and let's see what our box office does. Oh, right. Because that works so much. But yeah, it's like those movies, like I'm wondering, in this case, the real question is, what did they say to Nicolas Cage? Why he had to do that movie specifically? Why did I do it in that way? What's gonna add to the original that the original didn't? What is the remake that's gonna add to the original? Which I think should be for any remake. What's gonna add that the original didn't? I'm talking about you, 998 Psycho. Yeah, I know. I know Gus Van Sant did Good Will Hunting, did a lot of great movies. But Psycho was pretty much the same thing. Was basically shot by shot remake. It's like I don't see anybody doing the same thing. That's my dream project of doing the same movie remake shot by shot. And this movie should be a telltale sign of maybe some things are not meant to be remade. Sometimes some things are better. Some body of work, some piece of art, cinematic art, are best kept in their time. I know it's not saying that, I dread thinking there'll be a Godfather remake. There's not, but there better not be. Like I know they were trying to do a Scarface remake. No, it was already well made. Keep it there, okay? But yeah, that's my first installment of Anatomy of a Great Movie Scene. In quotation mark, I would say classic. But let me know what you think down below. I might not do another one of this. Let me know what you think. And if you have any, or I might just do another Anatomy of a Great Movie Scene. I might just do one that's basically, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I might just do that one. So let me know what you think.